Mic check. Can you hear me? Testing audio. Can you hear me? Mic check. Mic check. Alright. I can hear people on Twitch are hearing me. Wait on YouTube response. Barely, but yes, I can hear you. Alright. I guess barely is better than nothing. Guys, I do not have the energy for anything today, but it's been a rough day. I've been on the phone in chat with YouTube and Google the entire morning and evening. Have not gotten any work done. Have not cleaned anything. Have not really eaten anything. It's been beyond frustrating, almost to the point where I want to quit YouTube. I'm not even joking. I almost do not want to support a platform that does not support me. I'm trying to hold it together, but it's just been extremely frustrating. I've had 3 different chat agents hang up the phone on me, or hang up the chat with me, because of a timeout situation. They all say it's a timeout situation. Like they can't figure out the issue and whatever the case is, and like that chat is sitting idle too long. These chat agents are telling me to sit with them for a moment or two while they pull up my account details, and then I'm like, okay. They say stay connected, and I'm like, okay. And then 5 minutes later, the whole chat is deleted, and it's just frustrating. And I'm like, do y'all just want me to like type you a bedtime story the entire time I'm waiting for y'all to get back to me with my account details? It's just all bullshit. I'm getting frustrated with it. And then they finally got to the point where they said, hey, okay, so here's the deal. We've escalated it to a team where we can provide you a link, a link that gives you an opportunity to submit the profile picture, or to submit your ID, via screenshot, like a picture ID, front and back. You send that to us through this link, and we will verify your ID within 24 to 48 hours. And this is usually what we can do for people who can't get the PIN number sent to their address. And I'm like, perfect, finally. Because I've seen people do this online, right? So I'm like, perfect, we can finally do this. It's just going to take 24 to 48 hours. I mean, I've been waiting 6 months to be monetized, right? I've been waiting 6 months for these PIN numbers to be coming in the mail. So I can wait 24 to 48 hours, no big deal. So then they send me the link, and it tells me to enter my name, my channel URL, upload 2 photos of my ID, front and back. I do it, and it says, please refresh, something went wrong. So I'm like, okay, I refresh, try it again. Please refresh, something went wrong. So I get back on the chat with another agent and explain it to them in detail of what's going on, send them screenshots of what's going on, what I'm looking at, and they're like, okay, so you got to go through troubleshooting steps. Maybe try deleting your browser history. Maybe try deleting, maybe try logging in with another device, like on a different, whatever. Maybe try a different browser. Try to clear your cache. And I do all of this stuff with them while I'm live with the agent, and nothing works. And then when I'm like questioning the team, why can't you just take my photos that I have provided in front of you and do it yourself for me? And then they hang up the phone. I'm just beyond it. I'm beyond it. It's ridiculous. I have over $200 sitting in my account that's been there since last year from an old account I was monetized on. I haven't seen a lick of that money. I just can stare at it in my AdSense account. I can see there's $200 sitting there, but can't do anything with it. When I was running Twitch on my gaming platform, I was getting paid every month. I don't know. Yeah, I'm almost ready just to quit YouTube, honestly. I don't know how the hell everybody else has luck and is monetized. Like, I'm not trying to name drop or anything because, I mean, I really don't care at this point. I mean, this live test stream is going to get deleted regardless. This is just to see if I can run YouTube and Twitch at the same time. I see that the guy from Stormrunner Media, you know, went off and did his own thing. He created a new channel to be able to like run around and, you know, stream him doing DoorDash or whatever the case is, you know, these things or whatever. And in his channel, because he was quitting Stormrunner Media, his channel got monetized because he got enough watch time hours, enough followers. Great for him. You know, I like the guy, nothing against him. But he's already got his channel monetized. That was weeks ago. He created a channel and already has got it monetized. He's got memberships. He's getting paid from it. I've been waiting over 6 months. Well, Yuki, Twitch is free currently, but once I get monetized on it, it's going to be ad after ad. People are going to hate it. That's why I told people, like, I don't recommend you staying with Twitch. It's a way you can support me over there, but it's free to watch me, obviously, on Twitch, just like it is YouTube. But soon as once I start getting monetized on Twitch and start running ads, the ads are so intrusive on YouTube or on Twitch that people are going to just stop watching there and then come to YouTube because they can watch on YouTube ad-free. Why would they watch on Twitch with 7 to 15 ads while there's a thunderstorm going on? It's just not a good it's not a good strategy that I'm trying to do. But I'm running out of options. I'm really running out of options. It gets to the point where, guys, I can't work for free. You know what I mean? Like, I can storm chase and keep doing what I'm doing like the old school way with no overlays, without paying for all of these services and stuff I'm doing like Starlink and things like that. But it's going to be the old school method, right? It's going to be like on my phone, you know, no overlays, no, y'all won't know my location, very bad stream quality, things like that, right? Because I'm still going to storm chase no matter what. I'm still going to try to provide coverage no matter what. It's not about the money. But if I'm going to continue running overlays and I'm going to continue running Starlink and things like that, like that's all that stuff is already out of my budget to do it. So I need some kind of way to be able to pick up that slack and help me pay for the services that I'm paying for, right? I need it to somewhat help. $200 a month from Starlink, you know, maybe $50 to $60 for all these other services that I'm paying for. Radar Omega, a premium, like the premium version of that, so I can run multiple different devices to have my location shared. Things like this. Like, there's a lot of stuff, pivotal weather features and stuff that I have to pay for. All this stuff that it goes into my streaming. Even the no IP that I use a no IP, which uses a dynamic IP address that is like, it's kind of expensive. It gives me an IP that I can run a SRT server to, so that way if I'm in like North Carolina, I can still stream back to my home PC. All this stuff costs a lot of money, you know, and I'm not getting anything in return from YouTube, and I'm doing my part. They ask me for watch time hours, I give it to them. They ask me for hours streamed, I give it to them. You know what I mean? They ask me, oh, we need your account to have this many subscribers. Okay, we've exceeded that. They asked me to wait 4 times for a PIN number to come in. Okay, here it is. I've waited 4 times. The agent even says earlier, I see you've exhausted all 4 of your attempts for your PIN number. And I'm like, yes, indeed I did. Now, is there something we can do about it? It's just, at this point, it's getting unreal. Yuki, nobody gets ads on YouTube on my channel because I'm not monetized. So, I'm cool with running it like this with YouTube and Twitch for a bit. It's just super frustrating, guys. Like, I just, seeing everybody else out there getting to be able to upgrade their vehicles and buying new vehicles and upgrading their equipment and, living the dream they want to do by chasing and going full time with it and things like that. And it's just like I'm putting in a lot of. You guys don't see the back end work that I do, right? A lot of people Ed, he's at home with me all the time, and Kay, she's at home with me a lot of times too. They see the amount of times I sit at the computer behind my desk trying to figure out how to improve this channel, how to be more interactive with people, how to grow, how to get this out further to people. It's just it's a lot of work and a lot of time I've spent losing sleep trying to figure out how to make this thing work. It's frustrating. So, another thing I've noticed is today I was like, okay, well we'll go ahead and take a chill pill. We'll relax on it a bit. We'll take a chill pill. We'll relax on it a little bit. I'm gonna just eat some food and probably play some video games and just chill, right? So I go to run this test stream, and then I see that my OBS controller is not connecting to my server. I'm like, okay. So I got all my information in there correct, and it's not connecting. So if I don't get this fixed before next week when we chase this tropical system, right? Then I won't be able to stop and start the live stream from North Carolina if I go there. Because there's a good chance I go to North Carolina next week. Or even from Virginia Beach. I'll just be too far from home to start the stream. Or if the connection goes out, like while we're like losing signal somewhere, I can't just like go into my OBS controller and fix it. We would just be stuck. So that's another frustrating thing too. So that's the gist of what I've been dealing with, guys, and I apologize for the rant. Y'all know I've been pretty positive as much as possible with all this crap, but I feel like I'm running out of patience. Oh, y'all are looking at the computer. I thought y'all had a cat cam. I've been trying to give y'all a cat cam this whole time. I don't know if y'all can see her over there. Sorry about that. X says, I swear there's an OBS app on phone. No? Yeah, there is. I use it. It's called OBS Controller. It's like the best one to use. But that's not the issue. The issue is for some reason my SRT server is not connecting to my OBS app on my phone. So, like for example, my dynamic IP address is one number, and then my home IP, my local server IP address is another number. In the OBS controller, you're supposed to be using your dynamic IP address for the OBS controller and for the streaming platform I'm using right now, right? Like where y'all can see my cam. And both those numbers are the exact same number because it's sending the SRT server back. For some reason, my camera is connected. Y'all can see my camera's working just fine. My camera's connected, but my OBS controller's not, which is pretty bizarre. I don't know. It's just been one thing after another. I do appreciate everybody that's come over to Twitch and has subscribed to me. I've gotten like 5 or 6 more subscribers on Twitch. That's pretty cool. It used to be 50 subscribers on Twitch. You needed to be monetized. They only require you to have 25 now to be an affiliate on Twitch. So we're already at 13 followers on Twitch. We're more than halfway away from being monetized on Twitch. Yeah, X. They changed it to 25. They dropped it in half, Twins, because of the fact that Twitch is basically a dying platform. I'm gonna be real with you. They're in debt like crazy. They can't get people to watch them as much as people are watching YouTube. Ooh, that thing is getting a little eye on it. Thing's getting a little eye on it now. They know people are leaving the platform. In a nutshell. What happened to my satellite? There we go. Well, I can say right now, Twins, that that might be true about them, taking people's money on Twitch. But I can tell you one thing: when I was monetized on Twitch on my gaming channel and monetized on YouTube, so I had a gaming channel that was monetized on Twitch and YouTube. Guess who I seen money from, and guess who I didn't? I got a consistent, steady check every single month from Twitch, no problem. That hit my account every single month. It was like clockwork. I already knew that on the 21st of every month, a check from Twitch was hitting my account. Or if I didn't have it hitting my bank account, it was coming through the mail. And they were pretty good about that. YouTube has over $200 of my money sitting in an AdSense account somewhere, and they can't get me to get my money because of an address verification situation. And then, once again today, 6 hours on the phone with these people, showing them my address, showing them my identification card. They can look at my face, they can look at my channel, they can look at the address associated with the account, and the address that I have plugged into my AdSense account, and what I submitted into them. They can look at my address, my face, and my identification card, and match up all that stuff, and say, hey, this is the right guy, this is the right address. Let's just go ahead and verify his account. What the hell is so hard about that? trying to get this OBS controller to connect. I have no idea what's going on with it. Sorry guys, the cell phone disconnected because I have bad signal in my house. Thanks, Brittany, for following the Twitch. I appreciate that. What's up, Johnny Matthews? I see you over there on Twitch. Appreciate it. Nice, Viking. Nice. Yeah, Twitch takes some time to get used to. But it can be a nice one to watch. I didn't realize people watch Storm Chasing on Twitch. I looked at Reed's channel earlier, and Reed gets like 20,000 viewers per live stream on Twitch. I know that's nothing compared to his like YouTube, but trust me guys, when I say that Twitch pays more for 20,000 viewers of ads on Twitch than 20,000 viewers on YouTube. Trust me when I say that. So with Reed hitting like 100K on YouTube live streams and 20K on Twitch, Twitch is still going to pay more. The viewership is far less, which is unfortunate because, I mean, it'd be better to reach more people on Twitch with Storm Chasing, aka, you know, keeping more people safe. But I just didn't think that people watched on Twitch. Thank you, Dr. Rashad. Appreciate it. Yeah, Cheermaster. Aaron is definitely going to be intensifying here shortly. Yeah, definitely going to be intensifying shortly. Let's see if I can create a scene really quick for just Radar Omega, just so y'all can see it. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Mic check, mic check. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me. All right, mic probably sounds a lot better right now, right? Because I'm using like a way better mic. Okay, so let me pull up this. I'm not sure what y'all are seeing on the screen. If it's just a black screen, we're gonna start adding some things in here. Let's see. Application capture. We're gonna try to search for Radar Omega here. Boom. And then see if we can get this pulled up. That's not gonna work. Display capture. Do two. Which monitor is it though? I don't know which monitor it is. Guessing it's this one. Hey, there we go. All right. So and then I don't know if this will work either. I'm just kind of doing this out on a whim, guys. So just bear with me. I don't know how well any of this stuff's gonna work. I'm not like an Evan or a Max or anything like that, but I do have all the stuff set up. I do have all the equipment and things needed to do stuff like that, but obviously I wouldn't make it anywhere with that. I'm not a meteorologist, and I wouldn't get any viewership. Let me hook this up. Be right back. If y'all bear with me for a second, I'm gonna try to get my webcam pulled up here. But for some reason, I haven't done stuff like this in a long time, and I am not doing too hot with it. I think it's this one here, the Rio. Will it turn on? That's the question. I have to exit out of this. Go to Logitech options. I think it is. See if I can get the webcam to pull up, guys. All right, can y'all see me? Yes, no, maybe. Let me know if y'all can see me. Reason. Camera's not pulling up. But it's on. That's weird. Yeah, I don't know. The the camera, the web camera is working. It's on, but for some reason it's not displaying anything. Weird. I was trying to let y'all see my face at least. I mean, but it's not working. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Enough with this. This technology is just irritating the hell out of me today. So let's just go to go back to single site radar real quick. And nothing going on around me. Look at this. Nothing going on around me. This has been VA lately. Tropical weather. Go to hurricane. Well, not hurricane hunters. Let's do let's just pop all these on except for the wind field and take a look at what they think is going to happen. So this is what somebody was saying earlier, that it looks like I think Chairmaster said it looked like that it was about to head into favorable conditions to intensify. So I don't know if y'all were paying attention earlier, but down here they had around where's this at? Forecast time. Okay, that's the 18th. Yep, so right around the 18th. Yeah, they had it at a category 4. And then it was going to slow down on like the 19th to like a cat 3, right? But look at this thing still making a run at cat 4 all the way up until the 20th. So honestly, a cat 5 cannot be ruled out. And I could promise you, if this thing, like if this thing were to go anywhere like near this, right? Say if this is the cone here, and say if it did hug more of this side right here, this distance right here from the coast is still enough to bring at least like 3 or 4 foot storm surge to this whole line right here. Well, the OBX would be completely just torn up. But everybody's expecting that anyway. Not trying to scare anybody, but that's what you shouldn't. If you live in the OBX, like, you should know that already. Like, y'all should be preparing for it. But like this right here, right, is like where I could be at. Or me and Ed, for example, next week if I chase, right, me and Ed will be either here or we'll be here. Because we can't go to the OBX. This little island here, or this little peninsula. We can't go there. It's too dangerous, and there's no way to leave if things were to happen. So the plan is me and Ed, if we chase next week, like I said, I got to get all this stuff figured out with the stream first before I can even chase. But we would be here or here. Somewhere in these areas. But this little line y'all see here, we can't be there. There's absolutely no way. And I don't think any storm chaser in the United States should be anywhere around here. And that's just being like, forgiving on it. Like, even if this thing were to come, well, let's see. What does this look like? Let's see. I mean, look at the miles. Okay. I don't know if y'all can see it at the top. Look at the miles. 170 some miles. 150 miles. And that's just if this thing were to like be on this end right here. Just hugging the left edge here. Now, if it goes over here, if it stays more of a track like this way, then this whole cone, right, is just like an uncertain cone, right? So like this is like pretty much what's going on. But like this cone right here, it can go anywhere in between this. This is what they're thinking. But if it continues to move west, like it's like models are trending like it's doing right now, and then it takes a sharp north turn, then it's going to be more on like this left edge here. And that's what the concerns are for like the whole coast. Fun fact, did y'all know that this little sea right here, I guess how you say it, Sargasso Sea? I don't know if y'all know this, but the Sargasso Sea, or whatever it's called, is like filled with seaweed, like floating seaweed. I don't know if that's a fun little fact I wanted to share with people. I don't know if y'all knew that. Devonte says, also, are you going to be tracking severe weather in the tropics? Not like this, no. I'm on here just doing a test stream, trying to get all my stuff figured out before next week. And just wanted to like do a test stream to see if Twitch and YouTube work at the same time. And right now it's doing okay. But since I'm on here, might as well just talk and just run a good little live stream just to see what happens. But I wanted to get my camera pulled up. I don't know what the hell's going on with that. Anybody know what's going on with my camera? Pretty sure nobody knows what's going on with my camera, but I think it's interesting how like this thing is just not working. Hey, there we go. Hey. Maybe I can turn my light ring on because this thing looks like weird. Hold on a second. A little bright. I haven't turned that thing on since I was gaming. But yeah, this like I don't know if y'all know my computer setup, but like there's one computer I see all stats and stuff like that. There's a middle computer I run OBS and things like this. There's Radar Omega, and there's a giant bright light ring. But yeah. So like I said, guys, I could run stuff like Max and Evan do and stuff like that, but I just don't know half the stuff that they know. And when you're doing forecasting like that, it's important to really know your stuff. I just know like storm chasing things like that. You know what I mean? Like I just know how to storm chase. I don't know enough about like meteorology to be able to like be qualified to run something like this. But now I can see you. I am on MacBook right now watching this. That's what's up, Devonte. All right. I can't forget about Twitch. I got to make it a habit that I got to remember about Twitch. So, Twitch, I'm still looking at you here. Crazy Glue McGee says, I'm totally digging the vibes up in here. Well, if you were in here 20 minutes ago, you would not be digging the vibes. I was a little ticked off, but I appreciate you. And Crazy, I'm a storm chaser on the East Coast. So this is not the normal stream that you're going to see from me. My normal streams is out in the field, actually looking at thunderstorms and things like that. Is it green screen time? I could hit the green screen, but there's it would take some more effort. There's really no point. Let me do a pop-out chat of Twitch and YouTube at the same time. But does anybody have any questions about this storm system? Just for shits and giggles, want me to like maybe answer some questions with it that y'all think that I might know, that y'all might not know? I highly doubt that I'll know more than anybody else about Hurricane Erin, but being that I do have some storm chasing experience and I know a lot about weather, maybe there's something I can answer. Johnny says when it dies off, which way it will be headed. That's still something that nobody will know, Johnny. Honestly, if you want my opinion, I think this whole thing would just do this right here. Just my opinion. Ready? Something like that. And that's only because I'm going off of history of how a lot of these hurricanes, they form here, like in this area, and they move west and then take sharp turn north. There's a lot of hurricanes in the past that have done this, and they do the exact same thing usually. So like landfall up here in this area up here, you know, obviously can't be ruled out. Like I don't want to like lie to anybody and say that's not going to happen. But if you're just asking a question, but I'm unsure. Be like, this is the cone right here. Keep in mind that this is the cone, and like anything beyond this is just pretty much non-existing. That's why the cone does not exist further than this, because there's really no telling what's going to happen between here and here. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff that's like keeping this thing down and also keeping it to the west, right? There's this like a ridge that's sitting here that will open up eventually, and then this thing will start to take the northern track, things like that. So there's a lot at play. There's just systems everywhere that are like that are controlling, that are basically steering this thing. If you want to like make it seem a little easier to understand, there's a lot of things in factor that make a hurricane steer in a certain direction. Twin says, interested to see what happens when it hits the warmer water and what the high front that's over the East Coast now does to Aaron. If that front dies, it's going to just shoot north, I think, and away, shoot north and away from the coast. That's my opinion. But with the warmer waters, I mean, this is what I was telling Cheermaster earlier. They only had this thing forecasted at a Category 4 all the way up until the 18th, right? And now they've extended that. They're confident, right, that boom. Look at this, the 18th, boom, 19th, 20th. That this thing will be a Category 4. A Category 4. Wind speeds, sustained wind speeds, 130 miles an hour. That's ridiculous. Even this close, like, dude, even this close. Okay, check this out. I don't think a lot of people know the magnitude of this. This close to the coast of North Carolina, right? Outer Banks and Virginia Beach. Like, we're anywhere over here that, like, anywhere in this area. Don't ask what this is. Don't get all like crazy minded in your head. All right, let's all act like adults. Okay, this is just a headphone. Okay, if you want to draw imaginations in your head, this is a headphone, or earmuffs. But this is where I could be, or right here next week, right? Either one of these circles, I could be here. Either one of these spots next week, depending on what the path of the storm does, right? There's a lot of time in between here and then. But this part right here, this line right here, this is the main problem, right? This is very close to anywhere over here, okay? Bro, I gotta delete this. There we go. I had to delete that. But anywhere in this area, anywhere in this area, if this thing is a Cat 4 or Cat 5, okay? Cat 4 or Cat 5, you're talking like in some areas underneath the storm, 100-foot storm, 100-foot waves. Like 100-foot waves, okay? 50, 80, 100-foot waves under the storm easily at that strength, right? Because you got to think of something just constantly pushing down on the water. Boom, 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 boom. Dispersing water, right? So 100 to 200 miles off of the storm that are seeing 100-foot waves, or even 50-foot waves at minimum, you're talking 5 to 10-foot waves over here on the coast of OBX. And with this little bit of land that's not built for this kind of stuff, you're talking 3-4 foot storm surge. And then you have a sound on this side here, right? It's no bueno. No bueno. If it continues to do this. Crazy Glue says Cat 4 that far north is incredible. It absolutely is. And on top of that, let's remember how big this storm is, right? Let's remember how big Aaron is. Aaron is a massive storm. Let's go back to satellite. I should have just took the cone off, but it is what it is. Massive storm. Giant. I mean, look at this. This entire thing is the hurricane. Look at this. I'm gonna draw a circumference of like 2 states. Look at the size difference. This is 2 states right here. If we want to get into it, let's do 3 states. Let's do South Carolina, North Carolina, and Virginia. This is Aaron. Okay? If that puts it into perspective for anybody. Special says, is the stream buffering for y'all, or is it just me? It might be the stream buffering. I haven't fixed all the bit rates and things like that. If it's buffering for you, Special, come over to YouTube. It might do a little better for you. Is anybody else seeing any buffering on Twitch or YouTube? X says it's not buffering for him. Special, you might have to check your Wi-Fi. No buffering here either. Okay, good. But yeah, just take into perspective of how big this storm is, guys. And I don't know if anybody else has been paying attention to the tropics lately, but we also have a little bit of stuff out here coming off of Africa. A couple little things right here coming off of Africa. I mean, it's like it's middle of August, heading into September. This season's priming up. I mean, it's not done yet. Not done yet. So after Aaron's over, there could be another system or 2 brewing up that could follow the same path, is what it's looking like, right? If that happens. The models I was looking at was showing like those systems doing almost the exact same thing that Aaron was doing. But we're not going to talk about those things. It's just too far out. But yeah. I'll be right back, guys. Give me 1 moment. What's up, Kim? Tommy says none on YouTube. Guys, give me 1 moment. I'll be right back. All right. Actually, before I go use the bathroom, I want to introduce y'all to all my cats, because I don't think I've ever done that before, and y'all have never seen this format at home. So like, let me go ahead and just introduce you to all my cats real quick. All right, so this is a chunky cat. This is Bella. Bella Soft Paws. She has gotten giant. This is our newest cat. We rescued her from the woods. You wouldn't tell because she's so healthy and so pretty. But she's super sweet. She's like almost like a rag doll. She'll let you do whatever you want to her. You don't care. But she's really fat. Really fat. And this is Kay's baby. This is Esme. She hates me. Okay? Just keep that in mind. She hates me. She'll probably bite me in the next few minutes. But she loves Kay. This is her baby. Look, there she goes. She's about to bite me. Look at my hand. There she goes. This is Esme. This is big boy Jasper. He's giant. I gotta hold him with 2 hands. He's a big boy. He's the bully of the house. He's usually very sweet, but right now he's mad that I picked him up. But yeah, this is Jasper. Hey, it's okay. Okay. He acts like a dog. He literally acts like a dog. If you walk down the hallway, he'll roll over on his back and expose his belly to you, and he'll let you like smack his belly like a dog, like boom, 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 smack on his back. He loves all that attention. When we get in the shower, he wants to jump in the shower with us. He's a trip, but he's massive. Look at this, massive compared to me. Look how big he is. And last but certainly not least, my cat. This is my cat that I've had for 4 years before I met Kay or Ed. This is my baby. This is Rumi, and she is a ragdoll Blue Point Siamese. Hold on a second. She's grumpy right now. Hold on. Come here. There we go. It's okay. It's okay. She sheds a lot. She's getting hair all over me. But she's actually a ragdoll. I don't know if y'all know what ragdoll cats are, but like they let you just like do whatever. They don't care. Um, she's just a little. They're all actually kind of grumpy with me right now because they've all been like laying around, being really quiet and just chilling. Now Jasper's getting upset because I've got Rumi in my hands and he's meowing. What's up, Gumps gang? What's up? Welcome in there. Uh, you have a Blue Point Siamese as well? That's awesome. She's the smallest of all the cats. Um, for some reason, she just don't like eating a lot, and she's got some stomach issues. So I gotta be careful with what I feed her, like sensitive foods and things like that. Um, but other than that, she's healthy. She's active. She loves cuddling, and yeah, I've had her for 4 years. I got her when she was a kitten. And then when I met Kay, we got Esme, and then we got Jasper, and then we just recently got Bella, like, I don't know, a month ago. Now they're getting mad at each other because they're like getting jealous. They're hold on, look, they're having. I was gonna turn my camera around. Now they're not doing it anymore. They're having a stare off, and they're like, got to start swatting. They get mad. They get mad when they when I'm like handling them one at a time. Especially when it comes to Rumi, she's very territorial over me because I've had her for so long, and we lived here in this apartment without anybody else here, no roommates, no other cats. So when I started bringing in other people, two more people living here with me, and three other cats, she started getting really grumpy about that. Um, and and Jasper, he just loves all the attention. The other two cats, Esme and Bella, they don't really care too much. They just do their own thing. Boeing only have four cats. Ginger is a tabby. Ah. X Traits K renamed Bella. I just called her Soft Paws. And she was like, that's just a mouthful. That just sounds weird. It's too much going on. We got to name it. And I was like, okay, Soft Paws. Angela says, Dylan, can you show the snake? I could, but he is actually getting treatment right now. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Can y'all see how his cage looks right now? It looks kind of weird. Like there's just paper towels in there and like nothing going on because he got these things called reptile mites like about a week ago, and we had to catch it before it got too bad or the snake would get sick. So we had to remove everything out of the tank, clean the tank very well, soak him in hot or like not hot water but warm water for like
a few hours and basically isolate him. Now I can pull him out, but it could expose him to other things right now while he's supposed to be in treatment. But if you can kind of look at the bottom right corner of the tank, that's where he's at. So yeah, his tank is a little boring right now, and he's not having a whole lot of fun because he just does not have his substrate or his logs and trees to climb in, things like that. Special. So what kind of snakes you got? I got Kay a ball python last Christmas. So he's about to be a year old in November. Sonya says, I didn't know they got mites. Yeah, I used to have a Colombian red-tailed boa that I spent like $400 on, well, close to it, on a Colombian red-tailed boa. And it got mites so bad that every time, because it can make them mean eventually, that every time I came in the door, I would just hear like something hitting the glass, like doom, doom, doom. And what it was he was striking at the cage. He was striking at me. Just I was across the room, just coming in the bedroom, and he was hitting the cage. That's how pissed off he was. Luckily, that's Gibson back there. Luckily, Gibson's a very sweet, calm, docile snake. Like, I know anybody in here that knows anything about ball pythons, they're usually very tame, very easy to handle, great beginner snake. Um, and you can still hold him even with mites, but we're trying to get rid of it, so we're not trying to handle him too much. Tommy says, no snakes in my house. I love reptiles. I used to have an iguana too. I used to have a big old iguana. Guys, I gotta use the bathroom real quick. I'm gonna go put this soda in the refrigerator and grab my cold soda out of the refrigerator. And I'll be right back. Give me a second. If you have any questions, let me know. This was supposed to be a test stream. I was gonna turn it off in like 10 minutes, but we're just chilling right now. So if we want to make this weather related, let's do it. All right, I'm back, guys. Eat me a little snack and soda. Anybody have any questions? Cat is tearing up that Cat is tearing up that scratching board over there. What am I doing? There we go. Yeah, serious. These things are amazing. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can adjust this thing. Is that a better angle? Is that a better angle? Let me know. You can never find these pretzels anymore in stock. They're at every grocery store I go to. We're at 17 followers on Twitch. I appreciate everybody. If we get to 25 followers on Twitch, we will already be eligible for monetization. Crazy. Where's that at, twins? What's the question, X? Oh, right here. Yeah, maybe X. Depends on how I feel. I'm right over top the radar, too. That's funny. Ooh, look at the DBZs right there. Wow. We got purple DBZs right there. Yeah, Tommy, I'm under the same name on Twitch. Quinn says, Dylan, how do you like Radar Omega versus others you've used? Been using Radar, my Radar, and Weatherwise. I just like Radar Omega because I've been using it the longest, so I just kind of know the ins and outs of it a little bit more. That's why I choose to use it. There's some downsides to it, obviously. Really not much going on anywhere else. Special weather statements. Y'all know severe weather is kind of coming to a slowdown. Look, Phoenix is getting some rain. Phoenix getting some rain. They got a flash flood warning here. Considerable. Look at this. Considerable flash flood warning. It's gauge indicated as well. Wow. This one just went up right here. This is new. And then nothing in my area. Look how clear it is in my area. Nothing going on. Just a little pop-up storm here that'll die soon. X says any storms in the UK, I could use some colder weather. We don't have a radar. We don't have any radars over there. What is it, Sonya? What do you know? Washington's getting rain. Washington's getting some rain. Nothing new, right? Sonya knows what I'm talking about. And Angela, she's in here. Twin says I lived up there for 4 years. Hated it. You talking about in Washington? It rained all the time, didn't it? $250. You lived in Everett. It rained 250 days out of the year. Yeah, that's insane. That is insane. All right, let's get back to this. Trying to see if that thing's getting a little bit more of an eye to it. Of course, this thing's taking forever to load. Yep. There we go. Starting to form. Ed. Ed. Did you get any notifications about K arriving anywhere? Is my thing just showing up late or something? Oh, you know, your phone's on 10%. What it says. I was wondering what was going on. I was like, why is she leaving work so early? But it was your notification. Tommy says I wouldn't mind some of that here in Arkansas. Yeah. Parts of Western Washington is in a drought. Angela said, hey, Ed. He says, what's up? He's right. Y'all can look right above me. He's right there. There's Ed right there. Special said, what's up as well. Yep. Special is from. Yes. Yep. Special stream? No. Special just always is in our mine, yours, and X's thing. Dude, look at this, Ed. This is the size of Aaron right now. Look, yeah. Let me just circle a few states. Look at this, the size comparison. Size of multiple states. Ridiculous, man. These hurricanes. Yeah, this one is definitely on some roids. Let me remove that cone real quick because I want to take a look at something more. Cats calls the hurricane. This, guys, it looks like we're starting to get a little bit of an eye here if you pay attention. Like we're starting to get a little bit of an eye there forming. As it reaches over these warmer waters, it's starting to get that definitive eye there. Tommy says, definitely becoming a really big hurricane. Yes. Giant. Messy out there in the tropics. Very messy. I'm just curious to see if this thing continues to track west, guys. The more it tracks west, and it takes just that little bit longer to go north, you know, that's what's going to make the difference. Let's do this is a cool one to look at sometimes. Got a little bit of a greenish blue hue to it if it'll play. Come on, what's going on with this thing? Load, load, load. There we go. Just look at the 75 frames then. See if we can load 75 frames on here. Oh, it's not gonna catch the eye on this, huh? You can see the little bubbling going on in it too. It's pretty cool looking. Actually, let's go to this real quick. Drop that back down to 30 frames. Why is it doing that? It's a much better look right there. You can kind of really see it. I think it was phone close X. That right here hurts a little bit. All right, guys. Anybody got any questions? Anybody have any questions about the stream, about next week, about the storm, about anything? Does anybody have any questions? I feel like we're just sitting here doing nothing. And I can continue streaming if we have questions and stuff to talk about, but not much going on, then I'm just going to bounce off of here. Angela said, what's 2 plus 2? 22. 2 plus 2 is 22, because if you take 2 and write it on a piece of paper, and then you add another 2 to that on the piece of paper, you get the number 22. Special says, I mean, we're not technically doing nothing, because we're doing something, and that is chilling. True. Very true. Man, look at that, dude. That's just crazy looking. It would be even crazier if this, like, disconnected. This is, like, honestly, guys, this is kind of like, the eye is starting to become really noticeable really early on. It's not a big eye or anything yet, but, like, it's starting to really show up pretty early here, because it's still not even crossed the best waters. There's our latest scan on it. Look, it's almost connected. Yep, Kim, it damn sure does. Tanya says this is different. Oh, being on Twitch. 7 more followers, really? Let's look at it. Oh, 7 more followers until we're, like, eligible for monetization on Twitch. Well, we would still have to hit, like, hours streamed and things like that, but yeah. But you still gotta hit watch time hours and other things too. But one of the requirements is followers. It used to be 50. Like last year, it used to be 50. They changed it to 25. Yep. Yeah, I did notice that, Kim. The whole west track thing is doing right now, like trending west, is pretty concerning, because it's gonna, if it continues to do that more before taking this northern turn, it's gonna run out of time to just, you know, rush north. Because when it does that, it's gonna look at this distance here, right? Like if we drew a square right here, look at that distance. If it goes all the way west like this and then tries to jolt north real quick, it's gonna get impacted. Or this coastline right here is gonna be impacted. That's what everybody's paying attention to, is how bad will OBX be affected? And like I was explaining earlier, even if Aaron comes about like 50 to 100 miles out, like say like out here, right? This distance, you have 100 mile an hour or 100 foot, 50, let's do 50 to 100 foot waves underneath the storm. By the time that reaches here, you're talking 5 to 10 foot waves. And that could be potentially up to 3 to 4 foot of storm surge. And the storm is not even directly impacting, like it's not directly running over top of the OBX, so it's not good. It's not good for them. Just look how small it is. I mean, look how small this is. Sean says, is Aaron a hurricane? It currently is a hurricane, yes. Currently isn't a hurricane. Now, Sean, since you're just coming in, let me show you something real quick. Let's go back to tropical. Let's pull up the cone. And, well, let's take the cone off. I don't want that to confuse anybody. let's look at the track and the projected track. Okay, that's what we're gonna look at right now. For some reason, they did it again. This thing is moving more west and staying a bit south, but for some reason, they still have this. They shot this thing even more towards Bermuda. Like, it's not going directly towards Bermuda right this second, but this is the projected track is showing it moving more towards Bermuda than it is the coast. I wonder how they're figuring that, being that it's moving more west than they thought it would. That would mean that the projected track would push the storm closer to the OBX. But anyway, I'm not the professional they are. It's just something I was looking at. But this is where Aaron is right now, Sean. Okay, so you're starting to see the little eye form here, right? It's getting a core. This is as of 8 o'clock today, so 45 minutes ago. This was the latest they had on it. 982 millibars, right? The strong Cat 1. Well, medium Cat 1, right? But starting to get a little stronger. It's got 85 mile an hour sustained winds. And then they say it will hit. They said it could hit a Cat 2 before 2 o'clock tomorrow. Or 2 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow. But if you want my opinion, I think it's gonna be a Cat 2 before then. Could be a Cat 2 by like late tomorrow morning. And then they say that on the 17th it'll be a Cat 3. And then a Cat 4 all the way from the 17th until the 20th. And who knows, from here on up, it could start to get close to a Cat 5. But yeah, 130 mile an hour sustained winds is ridiculous. That's a strong storm, guys. Yep. So that's the latest on Aaron for right now. Not really much to talk about with it. I'm not a hurricane professional, and I don't cover hurricanes. I've never covered hurricanes. But just from the little I know, this is a very big, very strong storm that means business. And I think there will be some impacts to the coast. And if you're just now coming in, like I said, I think me and Ed will be here next week. Right there. But if not, maybe like here. Most likely here. Most likely there. Because even if, so they're projecting to be a Cat 4 up there, right? So even that distance, if worst case scenario, they're saying this distance here, right? Let's draw out a board real quick. Let's draw out a board. We go like this, boom. That, let's just say that's where it hits. I'm going to draw a line up here and say it goes there. Let's do, well, I can't do the distance with the line, so we'll just go like this then. I mean, it's hard to say. Over 300 miles. Yeah, over 300 miles. Maybe minor, very minor impacts. We'll see. Because we're probably going to go to Sandbridge area. Yeah, Sandbridge area. Why can you only see mod chats? I'm not sure. That's what I was thinking, Twins. That as big as it is, we should get some good bands. Also, Twins, do you plan on chasing with me and X that day? I know I keep asking you the same question. I think I asked you yesterday. But if you plan on chasing with us, I know you're closer to Sandbridge than we are. I don't know where you plan on going, but I think we're planning on going to Sandbridge next week. If you're going to Sandbridge, then we'll just meet you out there, or you can meet us out there, whatever. Sean says, is she strengthening? For sure. Strengthening very fast. Yep, strengthening very fast. We just sat here just by watching it a little bit. We started to watch the eye form. Look at this. Over the past few scans. Like back here, look at this. Back here, no eye. There it is developing. Look at this. No eye, developing. Just within like 15 frames of just sitting here. Twin says, I do. We got to chat about some stuff. Got you. I'm going to go ahead and send you a text now, bro, just so that way, now put your chat on blast here. Just so I don't forget about it later. Oh, I got to go to Discord to get your number, Twin. Haven't plugged it in yet. I thought we had a conversation already on text, but we've only talked on Discord. Just shoot me a message and remind me, and I'll send you a text. Devontae says, I am back. I just had to take a little nap because I was so tired from school today, and I am in 4th grade, and I live in Dallas, Texas. Got you. Yeah, I don't blame you. All right, Special. Appreciate you hanging out for this little test stream. I'll see you next time. Wow, that thing is looking crazy, guys. Look at that. Sonia, I just seen your message. Yeah, I was looking at this earlier too. You see how it's kind of just fading out? I don't know if it's a glitch between scans or what's going on, but it's just a little weird. So Sean says, what would the next name be after Aaron? Good question. I haven't looked, but there is a system that could form behind Aaron over the next week or two. It's not guaranteed yet, but there's a potential. So let's see. It would be Fernand. It would be either Tropical Storm or Hurricane Fernand. That's what the next name storm would be. Oh, Devontae said it in the chat already. Guys, I've been live streaming for almost an hour and a half, and this is just supposed to be a test stream. If nobody has any more further questions for me, then I think I'm just going to get off of here and continue working on getting some stuff prepared and figure out what's going on with these technical issues before I go chasing next week on the system. If you haven't already followed me on Twitch, go do that. It's Moderate Motley on Twitch. Trying to get some followers over there because we're gonna be doing something different now. We're gonna be live streaming Twitch and YouTube at the same time, rather than just live streaming storm chases and stuff only on YouTube. We're gonna be doing both Twitch and YouTube. John says, "Where is she headed?" I don't know. If you want to go off the cone, we can pull the cone up. I'll show you what they're saying it's gonna be, where it's gonna be headed, and I'll give you my opinion on it. I can do that, but like, just keep in mind, I'm not a hurricane expert. I think people that forecast these things are experts and stuff, but I'm not. But anyway, they're showing it to be doing this right here. Gradually taking a north turn up, staying far away from the coast. In my honest opinion, I think it might do something like this. I think it might continue going straight a little bit more and then go up, right? That's what I think. I think it'll go a little bit more west and then up. I don't think it'll impact the coast here or anything, though, like as far as like landfall. But I do think it'll get a little bit closer, just a little bit closer than what the cone and the models are showing. Who the hell knows anymore? All right, guys, if that's all you guys have, then I'm going to head off of here. I appreciate everybody stopping by. It's just supposed to be like a little quick stream to see if YouTube and Twitch works together and if I can stream like that, and apparently we can. So just let's just hope that it all runs smoothly next week while we're out there on the field. I don't know when the next live stream will be. It could be before the hurricane. We might actually have a storm chase, like a marginal risk day before the hurricane chase, but that's not guaranteed. And if we don't get a chase before then I will see y'all next week during the hurricane. All right, guys. See y'all next time. Peace.
Rolling clouds and skies are gray, chasing storms from miles away. Through the thunder, through the rain, we bring the wild to your domain. Thanks for watching, hope you stayed. Every twist, every turn we made. Don't forget to subscribe.
Bro, I can't give y'all that song when we're not chasing. You crazy?